Welcome to UNCAGED. Today we're speaking with Pierre Boutin. Now, Pierre, I feel like your business is one that I don't really have to do much of an introduction for. If you don't know Volkswagen, folks, go outside. There's probably about 50 on the road right in front of you. Pierre is the president and CEO of the Volkswagen Group in Canada. Pierre has been leading the business turnaround, transformation, and sustainable growth of Volkswagen, which is one of the largest automakers, contributing to secure the most important automotive investment in Canadian history. And so we're excited to talk to Pierre about all of the work that Volkswagen is doing and the latest on the automotive space. But before we get there, Pierre, tell us a little bit about you and your career.
I'm Canadian, so it's for me coming back home, leading the national company is really interesting, fascinating. I was born in Quebec City. You can probably hear a little bit of the French accent behind.
That's a
I lived
great
in
city. I love Quebec City.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
what a great
frankly,
place.
it's still in my heart, even though I left so many moons ago. But I've had a fantastic ride, I have to say. I lived in 5 countries, spent 12 years in Europe, lived from coast to coast in my country throughout North America. I've worked for different automotive manufacturers, an American one, a French, Japanese one, and now I'm working for a German manufacturer. In all of these years, I've been focused on general management, sales and marketing, strategy. And I will say it this way too. It's the strategy. I love strategy, but I love the implementations, the operationalization of strategies. So fabulous experience over the years. The first real breakthrough, I sat on, and still today I'm sitting on different boards, and I've been on different management committee in my country. I moved to Europe many moons ago. Was the managing director of Central and Eastern Europe with the manufacturer back then, the French Japanese manufacturer. So it was almost a startup. From there, I was managing director of Western Europe. Moved to Paris. So professionally and personally, you can understand it was a fabulous experience too. And then from there, moving to Russia, which is a completely different sphere.
Wow.
Fascinating also on the personal and professional side, rebuilding the strategy of the company, going through some crisis and some chaos along the way, of course, right? And stop by again in Paris, and I've been in Canada for nearly 4 years now. And I have to say, I'm very, very proud of what we've been able to accomplish in the last 4 years. Obviously, going through COVID, but transforming our business, making it a profitable business. We've secured the most important automotive investment ever in our country. So we're going to be investing in a battery cell factory close to where I am today. So it's about transforming the business and growing our North American business with fabulous people around me. So I love breaking new grounds. I love transforming business. I think I have a fair bit of experience in turnarounds also. I've been faced with very challenging business challenges over the years. And I've been blessed, frankly. And I would say to everyone out there, especially the younger generations, because if I look at myself, it's been beyond my wildest dreams. So dream big,
Yeah.
reach out, work hard, and things are going to happen. You don't know how,
Yeah.
when, but if you believe in yourself, you believe in what you want to accomplish, you're going to make it happen.
Well, I look at your career, Pierre, with envy. What an amazing sector, vertical to really work in. The automotive space, now really expanding broadly into that mobility space, always is at the center of everything for our economy. But tell me more about what you're working on now at the Volkswagen Group in Canada.
Two elements, I think. The first element is first of all, I'm a very passionate person. So right now, I'm certainly passionate about the growth of our business in the North American environment. We're doing exceptionally well in Europe. We're doing exceptionally well in China. We need a third leg to this table finally, and it's called North America. So we have a lot of opportunities for growth. So it's about obviously I talked about the investments we're making. It's the contributing to the economic development, to developing a new economy around obviously sustainable mobility and a circular economy too. It's not just about building cars, but it's the way we build them, the way we go to market with these cars. And I'm passionate right now about sustainable mobility. Again, the transformation to electromobility, the phasing out of combustion engine. We have to be less fossil fuel dependent. So it's a shift to battery electric vehicles. And in parallel to this, really exciting too, it's connectivity of the vehicles. The vehicles become computers on wheels. What does that mean for consumers? What's the value? What are the good things we can do about it? How can we enhance the mobility of consumers moving forward, making life simpler for them and more enjoyable, frankly?
Yeah, it's really an interesting time, and certainly a lot of that technology that you're touching upon, the sustainable focus, the electric vehicles, is something that we read a lot about in the news. Tell me a little bit, I mean, when you look out at the customers for Volkswagen and in the broader automotive space, where are we on that kind of sustainable journey right now?
Oh, frankly, I would say we are at the infancy of it.
Yeah.
I mean, the automotive manufacturers have been working on it for quite a few years. There's been billions and billions of investments, and this is actually exponentials in every year, right? And it needs to continue because, again, as I mentioned, it's developing a new economy. It's a new circular economy, and it is really important. And it's all about also the sustainability behind that. It's not just the vehicles that should be have a limited impact on CO2, but also it's all about environmental sustainability, of course, economic sustainability, social sustainability too, to creating good jobs, developing new economies for the future. So I think it's important also altogether because I really feel, again, it's 100 years old plus industry, right? The car
Hmm.
business. And right now, I've never experienced as many changes. I believe these are important crossroads, and we need to build something much better for generations to come. If you think of personal mobility around the world, it's more or less about 15% of the CO2 footprint, 12, 14, depending on the studies you look at. So we have a role to play into the transformation to a better world.
Yeah.
And of course, there's the primary goal is people need mobility to go from point A to point B, to go to work, to see the family, go on vacation. But it's a lot more than this. We have to look at, again, for future generations, what's the impact of what we're doing today? So really exciting
Yeah.
times right now.
Yeah, and as I alluded to, I mean, the automotive industry really sits at the center of our global economy. I mean, there's really not a person in this world that doesn't get touched upon by the success or challenges that the automotive sector faces. They may not realize it, but it really does. And we've seen a lot of kind of changes here. When you think about this stuff that you're talking about, like these vehicles that are essentially mobile computer devices with heavy amounts of machine learning and electronic vehicles, so electric engines, how are we going to get our workforces trained to be able to build this type of a mobile vehicle going forward?
It's a very good question. And that's why I mentioned earlier the social sustainability of what we do. We have to train. We've embarked into major training. You need to develop a new expertise. There's a lot of, as you said, around the world, the automotive industry is investing billions and billions, hundreds of billions, trillions of dollars every year. And this touches so many industries. So obviously with technology, it's not unique to the automotive business, but we need different skills. We need to recognize what's required in the future. We need to work with universities, with colleges. We need to communicate what are the needs for the future. What are these careers, for younger generations that will make a difference moving forward? What's the skill set? It's almost we're looking at the values of what we value also in the total supply chain, right? So I think
Hmm.
that creates a lot of new fields, a lot of new opportunities, because innovation leads us to developing something that we never thought possible just a few years ago. So, but training and putting the people at the center of it all is absolutely critical. Yes, product is extremely important. People are buying nice products, quality products, but at the end, it's people who are making it happen. And we
Yeah.
should not forget this. So that's why from this transformation of our business, it's not just building again new types of vehicles. It's from conceptions, design, development, sourcing. It's for everything we do. That's exciting, I think, because it creates opportunities to everyone involved in the chain, and that goes far beyond just the car business.
Pierre, you are in an industry where I've never met anyone that works in the automotive industry that's not passionate. I mean, it's a passionate industry. People really love the vehicles, they love what they do. But I'm trying to understand, how is it that you discovered this as your pathway? Where did the passion come from for the automotive space?
Oh, wow. Well, it's a very, very interesting question. I can almost say I was born in a car. My dad was in, we had a lot of cars around. Why is that? Because he was in the driving school business, and then he got into daily rentals. So over the years, of course, not that I know a little bit about, mechanics and so on, and I can do a few things with the car. It's not like I'm passionate about the product itself. My real passion is looking at the impact this product, these services surrounding the mobility as on everyone's life, especially in North America. I mean, our economy has been built through highways, over the years, and we like the mobility. It's precious to everyone. So definitely, I'm extremely passionate about the impact it has on everyone in society in general. Again, the car business, the automotive business, making so many investments, touching pretty much every field out there, you can have an impact on millions and even more than millions around the world.
It sounds, Pierre, like you grew up in this world, at least talking about it, and clearly your family was touched by what was happening in the industry. But I mean, as we now look forward, here we are coming to the end of 2023, and we find ourselves in another economic twist and challenge. And I imagine those are some of the topics that probably come up every day at your offices. But tell me a little bit about what you see on the horizon for 2024.
Well, first, and I think again, it's not unique to my business. You see more rapid and constant changes internally, externally, more than you've ever seen before. The speed is it's going faster and faster, right? It's almost cliche to say this, and we're constantly navigating and leading in gray zones. There's no such a thing as pure black and white, like and you base your decisions on very robust elements that you can put your hands on the table and say, yeah, I swear it's going to happen. So what does that mean altogether? So you have all of these challenges, and I want to come back to people. I think it's important in everything you do. You need to set up clear ambitions. You need to have clear strategies. You need to assemble a group of talented people. You need to build the right culture to provide them with the right environment for them to thrive and succeed in these difficult challenges and facing the headwinds. And you need to engage them, frankly. You talked about passion. I remember a few years ago seeing, the founder of Apple, Steve Jobs, talking about it's so difficult out there that if you're not passionate about what you want to accomplish and what you believe in, you're not going to be successful. So,
Right.
so in itself, that's why I come back to the team. It's really important creating the right environment because times are difficult, but at the same time, they're fantastic opportunities. So we got to look at the bright
Yeah.
side of things and being more positive and more optimistic about the future.
I like your attitude, Pierre. I tend to always look at the glass half full as well. And certainly, I am very excited about a lot of the changes that we're seeing in the broader automotive sector. It really is probably one of the innovative moments, innovation periods for the industry. Much more exciting than perhaps like the 70s and 80s, but in my mind, but very, very exciting times, and exciting times clearly for global groups like Volkswagen. Here, if someone wanted to learn more about what you and the Volkswagen Group in Canada are up to, where's the best place to find you?
Oh, obviously, internet is the best place to gather a lot of information, right? I think you're going to see we've been hitting the news in a very positive manner a lot recently, so I think that people can find a lot of information about what we do, and I think beyond the products, I think you can certainly reach out to some of our staff here. I insist on the fact we have highly talented people, committed people. And I think that's what makes us also different, not just the product and the technology we bring, but the way we do it all together. And our aim is to have more people joining our brand and really cherish these moments with our products and the services for years to come.
That's really exciting. And I mean, anyone who loves the automotive space knows the iconic cars that have poured out of Volkswagen over the years. And certainly there will be many, many more to come. Pierre, thank you so much for being on the Uncaged show today. And we look forward to having you back.
Ben, thank you so much. All the best to you.